and welcome to the Business of Being a Virtual Assistant. I'm your host, Tiffany Parson, and you're watching and listening to episode number 223. Today, I am coming at you with words of encouragement in regards to what's happening around us in the economy. Some are saying we're in a recession. Some are saying we're headed to a recession, and some just aren't sure if it's a recession. So I'm going to come to you from the standpoint of us being in a recession or heading right into it. I want to encourage you not to worry and not to be focused on it, okay? Companies started during recessions. Companies continued during a recession. What does this mean to you as a virtual assistant? It means people will still need what you have to offer. Now, during a recession, people start slowing down their spending all over different areas. One of the first things people do is eliminate things that are not necessary. If what you are offering to your clients is a necessity to them, guess what? You're not going anywhere. They still need what you are offering them. If your job helps clients make money in any kind of way, they need you, because what you're doing is filling in the gap for them marketing wise, email wise, support wise, communication wise, something that they do not have the capacity to do by themselves. That's why they got you in the first place. So even if they stop spending, they see you as a necessity, they're going to figure out how to keep you doing what you're doing. If you're offering something that's not useful, it's not, I don't want to keep saying necessary, but if it's not necessary, then you got to focus on finding other clients. You got to focus on providing a service that is useful to someone. I'm going to take a wild guess and just say, if you're listening to this podcast, you've already started your virtual assistant business, and 9 times out of 10, you're offering something that is useful to your clients, and they need what you have to offer. In 2008, I started my own virtual assistant business in May 2008. Little did I know we were headed into a recession. Others around me may have known, but I was not keeping up with the news or what was going on. I really was living in my own world, focused on what I was doing. I was working a full-time job while also building my virtual assistant business. Those of you who have been around the podcast for a while, you know, when I first started, I wasn't necessarily building a business. It was like, let me test this out and see if it really works kind of situation. And then it evolved into a business. And I was like, this is my way to build the thing I've been wanting to do for so long. And that's have my own business and have it from my home, which is what ended up happening. So a few months later in September, well, actually in August, I turned in my 30-day notice. September was my last month in corporate America, mid-September. It was either the 16th or the 18th. I can't remember. I know for sure my last day was on a Thursday because my first day in my business full-time was on a Friday, the best Friday ever. After that, I had this system going where I wake up really early just because I was so excited to be home and on my own terms. So I'd wake up early, watch the Today Show, this and that, and I started noticing almost daily they were talking about different companies that were laying off left and right. And in my mind, I was like, good thing I'm not in corporate America because I get laid off again. And if you don't know, I have been laid off twice and fired once from corporate jobs. But the last corporate job, I actually did give a 30-day notice and quit. So I was like, good thing I'm not in that, right? Not even thinking about, hey, this might, affect my clients or anything like that. I really was focused on providing good service, learning new skills, and immediately being able to apply it and offering it to clients. That's what I was doing, putting myself out there so people knew that I existed. That was my focus, and things built from there. Clients that started out with like a small project, it grew to a bigger project, more responsibilities, more tasks, which means more money. And referrals. They were referring me to people they knew who also needed virtual assistants. This was in 2008, 2009, and so forth. Fast forward to right now, 2022, when they're saying, some are saying we're in a recession, headed towards a recession, not sure if it's a recession. Let's say it's a recession. We've got layoffs. People are backing off on their spending. People are really looking at where their money's going. They're fine-tuning things. They're really honing in on what's needed, what's not needed. You are needed. Make sure that what you're offering is needed. There's value in what you're providing. If you're answering client emails, that's valuable because as they are selling their programs, products, they need someone on that back end to answer any questions that people have, to direct them where their password is, this and that. Yes, there's probably an FAQ somewhere on their website, but for the most part, people don't always read that, or they read that and maybe they don't understand it and they need to hear from a person. And that's where you come in on the email. Same thing if it's their community on social media, so on and so forth. You know where your value is. And your clients know where your value is. And so they're going to keep you right where you are. They're going to make sure that they're able to hang on to you and what you're offering. I just got a few notes here. If you see me on the video looking to my left, I want to also bring this to your attention is that a lot of times companies lay off. They talk about all the layoffs in the news, but they don't talk about is the fact that a lot of times companies lay off their employees, but they bring them back as contractors. Why do they bring them back as contractors instead of just rehiring them as employees? Because as a contractor, they don't have to pay any benefits. They just pay them for the service that they're doing. They don't have to pay for the benefits. And so that lessens their responsibility for them, which what? Decreases the financial responsibility of having that staff member while also increasing their profits. Why do you care as a virtual assistant business owner? Because you are a contractor and your clients contract with you. They send you a 1099 at the end of the year, beginning of the year, they send you a 1099 for the services rendered because you're not staff. They don't offer you you don't get any health benefits, sick leave, PTO, all that stuff. You're 1099. So the same thing that the banks do and all the other companies that lay off and bring people back as contractors, that's how your business is designed. You're a permanent contractor. That's your business. That's how you offer your services as 1099. So this is a perfect time to let people know the value in working with you and the things that they don't have to be responsible for when they work with you. Many people may already know this, but for those who don't, or to just encourage yourself and give yourself that positive self-talk, reminding yourself, hey, oh yeah, I am like the contractors that they rehire when they lay off employees. Same thing. Oh yes, I do offer this valuable service to my clients. Yes, I have been working with them for a while. So I know their systems and processes and can rattle it off like on the back of my hand as though it were my own company. If they were to hire somebody brand new, they'd have to start all over with all that stuff. And nobody wants to start off with a new VA after they've been working with someone for a very long time. Nobody wants to have to start over. It's almost like dating and being in a long-term relationship and then things don't work out and you break up and now you got to meet somebody brand new all over again and tell who you are, when you were born, what's your mama's name, your daddy's name, your history, where you're from, all that stuff. It sucks having to start over like that, right? Your clients don't want to have to start over with that either. So focus on the value that you bring, knowing that you're providing excellent service to your clients and continue to do that. That is your focus. Have tunnel vision and not worry about what's going on all around. Because in the recession, companies start. My company started. Uber started in 2008. Airbnb started in 2008. Uber started in 2009. WhatsApp started in 2009. And there are plenty others that started during a recession, not just in that 2007, 2009 time block, but way back in the day. Companies have always been starting during recession. Yes, some companies close, but many companies open as well. So continue to move forward. Don't get caught up in the negative news. Look at the positive side of things and how you can grow in the recession. If you have any questions, I may not always be able to answer your questions, but I certainly want to hear what they are just in case I can. If you're watching this on YouTube, post below. I want to hear your comments. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, do the same there as well. If you are listening on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever audio podcasts are, be sure that you leave a review. I really appreciate your feedback and hearing from you. Thank you again. And if you're not on the email list, go ahead and hop on the email list. You want to text 33777. You want to text the phrase VA START, that stands for Virtual Assistant Start. So VA START, you're going to text 33777. That gets you on the email list. This way we can communicate privately via email, and you know when the podcasts come out, if there's going to be any webinars, when the VIP coaching program opens up again, you'll know all that information and more. So anyway, thanks again for your time. You have a wonderful and fantastic day.